Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just gonna get right to it. And if you saw the last video, I got my car back, went over everything. And so now I got to take all this back apart, especially that because that's the mock-up engine. So I got to get that out, and I got to take all this out anyway to kind of clean up the firewall, clean up some holes, like get rid of that for this that was there from the stock ECU. And then just a couple little ins and outs. And as you can see, I already pulled the front suspension off minus the control arms. And I also have to redo the front brake lines. So that's enough talking. I'm just gonna start tearing this thing apart. All right, so that's pretty much it. Everything comes off actually really easy. So that's super nice. Nothing needs to be fought or whatever, and putting it back together is just going to be super simple. I'm going to take the headers off and then get the motor out, and then check back in with you guys when I get that done. Well, that's all out and everything's open. Super easy trick to get an engine out of a 3rd gen Camaro, guys. Just cut the front end off. You're welcome. So this is why I gotta redo the brakes. I can't have that being that loose. So I'm gonna see if I can steal my uncle's fancy tool again and two brakes lines all over again. Like I said in the beginning, I pulled the whole suspension out. I'm gonna paint this. I've been going back and forth on if I should paint the whole engine bay black, but I kind of like the maroon, burgundy, maroonish color. So I think I'm gonna leave it, and I think I'm just gonna try and buff it or clean it up as best I can to bring that color back around, The motor's pretty much already built. I gotta get back under here and tighten a few things up, and then I gotta put the balancer on, put the oil pan on. I gotta get a windage plate. Forgot about that. Once all the firewall and engine bay stuff is done, the motor can go in, and then I should be able to hopefully hit up the NHRA guy, have him insert that. Right, so some time has passed, and I have done some miscellaneous stuff that's not very fun to film, so I'm just gonna kind of fill you guys in on it. So I got the front end painted with some rattle can, just roll bar paint, and I just wanted to get it painted and get the bare metal to be covered at least. So I just did the rails, and then obviously up here, and then I said screw it, why not. I thought about doing the whole thing, but I kind of just like the original paint on it, and I didn't want to cover it up and spend all the time of taking the master off and then all the other stuff out. So it's just going to be the same color as the outside, so I thought that would look good. Anyway, right now I'm started on the brake lines, and I got all those pulled off, and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do for it, so I'm going to kind of be working on that. But I got the front suspension all put back together and stuff. I'm waiting on a couple things on this side to finish up. Also working on the steering arm. This is the stock, or the original arm, I guess, that goes to the stock column. I don't know. Anyway, I just cut it to the length I needed. I'll put that joint on here, put a through bolt through it, and then I'll cut this to length, and then that theoretically should work. We'll see. I'm kind of just trying to use what I have without, I want to use the stock column that's in the car. Dust, you can't see. I want to keep that. I don't want to go to a motion rack, so that's why I'm doing all this. I also got a torque converter. It's used. It's a 3600 stall. It's got an anti-balloon plate. It's got a bunch of billet stuff in it. It's a pretty good deal. So that, check. Check. Okay, so quite a bit of time has passed since that last little bit you guys just saw. So I wanted to give you an update on everything that I've done to it so far. So I guess we'll just start in the front of it. The steering arm and stuff is all done. The only thing I have to do to it is put some sort of a Heim joint around this part right here, because right now it kind of just moves around because it's got triple joints. So I'm going to put a Heim joint here to stabilize this part so that it's just, you know, it's not doing brake lines. I rerouted across the K-member. I drilled into the K-member and then put riv nuts, and that killed me to do that, but you know, it turned out somewhat okay. The motor is pretty much ready to go in. Yeah, I got everything on it minus a flex plate. I got to get a flex plate on it. I got one on the way. The other one I had didn't work, so that this motor should be going in here actually really, really soon. As for the interior, we got the cage certified for $850, so that's a huge thing off the list. Painted the cage with some you know, O'Reilly's roll bar paint. Up close, not good. From a distance, looks pretty decent. So it's really, you know, for the ones that have painted a cage, I think you can all agree with me, it is not an enjoyable process. A lot of areas to cover, and I still have a windshield in it, so don't judge me, but this side of the cage, not painted. Can't get paint through it, so, you know, I have to replace the windshield anyway. I don't know if you can see, yeah, the windshield's cracked. The sticker's holding it together. But I gotta get a windshield. When I do, I'm gonna ask the guy nicely if I can just come over here and just right up the bars and then have him put the window in. But so it's gonna look goofy like that for a little bit. Otherwise, so with the A-pillar bars coming down alongside, Jack had to cut out the stock dash mount, and I mean, you can't see it now, but he had to cut the stock dash mount out, which basically connected right up where this bar comes through and then comes down, and then it's connected to the side of the car here. So he kept those because he cut them out to get the bar in, and then he kept them, which was awesome because I was actually able to just kind of modify them to go around the bar, and then I just welded it right back to the stock location mounting place, and then right back down here. Literally everything was still there, so I was able to just weld it up. Same thing on that side. And I kind of just guessed on the alignment of the dash, and it's a little, I mean, it looks all right. I mean, the camera kind of sucks because I'm on an iPhone, but yeah, oh, okay. I don't know what I did, but cool. Yeah, it's pretty, somewhat even. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is just an update video. I'm doing all the nitpicky stuff that's boring just to get it done and out of the way. Because, I mean, you guys have seen this stuff, you know, 300 times from other channels, and I just don't want to be repetitive. So the next video should be getting the motor in, and then I'll be getting the turbo kit put back together. So that's pretty much it. Cage sorted, painted, poorly. Dash mounted, somewhat okay. Carpet installed professionally, nope. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching if you got this far, and stay tuned for the videos where stuff is hopefully interesting. So.